On every Ashura, the 10th day of the Muslim calendar, the month of Muharram, millions of Muslims across the world commemorate the martyrdom of Imam Hussain, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad, in the Battle of Karbala. But why do we remember this year? With such overflowing anguish and passion, something that happened 1,400 years ago. To answer that question, we must first understand the significance of the Battle of Karbala. To begin with, let us look at the world as it exists now. We have ISIS, Boko Haram, and other such terror outfits, whose members are termed as Islamic terrorists. These outfits claim they uphold the tenets of Islam and that they are true representatives of Islam. This is precisely what Yazid bin Muawiyah wanted to do 1,400 years ago, to establish himself as an Islamic leader, for which he wanted to pledge allegiance. Imam Hussain, the Prophet's grandson himself. This would have made the followers of the Prophet Muhammad and his Ahlulbayt also approve of Yazid. Imam Hussain, however, refused to support the tyrant, refused to bow down before his power and might. This first universal lesson that Karbala teaches us is never support injustice and oppression, no matter how powerful the oppressor might be, no matter how incentive you may be given. Never support falsehood and tyranny. Karbala shows the distinction between good and evil. Truth is always on the side of oppressed and never on the oppressor. When Yazid couldn't succeed in getting Imam Hussain to speak in his favor, he decided to crush his voice by force. He gave orders to annihilate of Imam Hussain and his family on the day of Ashura. When Imam Hussain and his followers were offering namaz, his army showered arrows upon them even while they were praying. Now look around you. Is this what is happening today? Violence targeted at people who are praying, blasts in masjids and churches, attacks at peaceful religious processions, shooting bullets at unarmed people. In today's language, what Yazid's army was practicing was terrorism. All religions ask people to live peacefully. What kind of people are those who shower arrows upon a group of people praying in peace? Terrorists. And therefore, the martyrdom of Imam Hussain is an extremely important event in Islam because it created a movement against terrorism for all ages to come. So when ISIS, Boko Haram, and others claim to be Islamic, just ask these three questions. Are they showering bullets upon unarmed people? Yes. Are they blowing bombs in places of worship? Yes. Are they following the path of justice? No. Then they can't be followers of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are in fact followers of Yazid. In conclusion, Karbala is an ever-continuing movement against the oppression, against terrorism, against torture, against tyranny. If you want to see true Islam being practiced, you need to turn to Imam Hussain and his companions' sacrifice in Karbala. And that is why, even after 1,400 years, we commemorate this great sacrifice every year to keep alive the movement against terrorism, to keep alive the spirit of Islam. Allahumma salli ala